Oh, hi there, everyone. Welcome to another Cardwell's Cauldrons here, produced by Geektopia Island. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And of course, this is one of the special versions of Cardwell's Cauldron. It's finally rotation time, and it's finally a new set.
Thank God.
Agreed. Ditto. The Guilds of Ravnica is the new set. And with that, it just looks so amazing so far. With the review of each color, we'll have a timestamp down below. And with that, we're also, as well as every new set comes out, we're going to give away a pre-release kit. And at the end of the video, we'll tell you how to do that.
So y'all know, for each color, we're going to do what that card is, what it does, how it works, and if it's good in standard, limited, or not at all.
Exactly. Now, of course, with the pre-release giveaway, since there's guilds and it's very specific, it's going to be a random color at the moment. Get us popular enough so we can actually get all 5, and we'll be able to give more out. But this time, it's going to be one random guild. Alright, Kevin, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do this. Let's start off with the white, shall we? The first card, Blade Instructor. 2 and a white, 3/1, Human Soldier. It has Mentor, which is cool because we can actually explain this as well. When this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. So of course it can't target itself. And it's supposed to be the Boros keyword. So there's a lot of smaller dudes. So this thing is going to obviously die, but it's going to make one of your smaller ones bigger. It's good limited.
Yeah, it's a really good limited card. That's about it for it.
Oh yeah.
Next up is a Bounty Agent. 2 mana for a 2/2 Vigilance, Human Soldier. Tap, sacrifice it, destroy target legendary permanent that's an artifact, a creature, or an enchantment.
This is definitely going to be like sideboard hate. Like, amazing.
Yeah. I like this card a lot, and what I equate it to is it's like a reverse Safi Eriksdottir, for anyone that remembers her. But instead of saving a dude, it kills a dude.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome.
I think it's really amazing. So yeah, definitely in standard. It'll be legal.
Yeah.
Candlelight Vigil. 4-drop enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +3/+2 in vigilance. It'll be really good in limited. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sadly, with so much kill, if you try to run an aura deck in standard, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, it's going to be bad for you. Next up is the Citywide Bust. It's 3 mana for a sorcery, destroy all creatures with toughness 4 or greater. I think this card could see play in standard. I don't think it's going to be very much, honestly, because it just depends on how standard goes.
Yeah, exactly.
And like we were told earlier, this card does not kill Vinemare, which is really sad because Vinemare is going to be a thing everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
I mean, if you haven't already dealt with Vinemare yet, you're gonna, because it's just a good 4-drop dude.
Alright, and I love the art in this one. It's like just picking on a giant, picking him up. Alright, the next one. Color the Culprit. 4-drop, so 3 in white. Instant, destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Just really good and limited.
Yeah, super good. Next up is the Conclave Tribunal. 4 mana for an enchantment, and it's got Convoke. Convoke is back. So excited for it. For those that don't know, you tap creatures to reduce the cost by 1 for each time you do it.
Yeah. And it also counts as the color of the creature. So if it's a white creature, it can tap for white mana.
Yeah, you can do amazing. 1 colorless or 1 mana of that creature's color. Yeah. And the Tribunal enters the battlefield. Exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield.
Yep. With Cast Out leaving, this is the replacement, and I think it's a really strong replacement.
It's a very strong replacement because you're just like, tap these dudes, remove your thing.
Yeah, the fact that you can like tap out to play dudes and then tap those dudes to exile their planeswalker, it's just really good.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
And I love the picture where it's like they're bringing in a goblin as they're in the tribunal, right? They're judging him.
This card will definitely be in standard. It'll definitely be a good card in limited, but it'll be in standard for sure.
Oh yeah. Alright, the next one, Crush Contraband. It's 3 and a white, so 4. Instant. Choose one or both. Exile target artifact, exile target enchantment. Since it costs so much, I think it'll be limited sideboard. But, because there's a lot of cheaper stuff out there that can do either or.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't really need both all the time. You just need to kill one.
Yeah.
Next up, Dawn of Hope. 2 mana enchantment. When you gain life, you may pay 2 if you do draw a card. 4 mana, create a 1/1 lifelink soldier. This card is amazing.
It really is.
In every format.
Yes.
Like, it's going to be a bomb in limited, because anything that makes tokens in limited, regardless of how much they cost to make, is good.
And the fact that those tokens activate this, where you gain life,
and
so
draw
you
cards.
pay 2 and draw cards. It's going to be super. Pick up your foil for EDH, because that's going to maybe go up.
Oh, yeah.
And the art is probably one of the best arts in the set. Like, it's just too amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Next one. Demotion. 1 white. I actually haven't seen this one. Enchant Aura. Enchanted creature can't block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. I actually really like that. In a Boros, like, tempo deck, I think I really like this card.
Yeah, it could be actually really strong with, yeah, I like it a lot.
I will give it a, like, C- standard. Definitely use it in limited, because that's all about damage racing. So, yeah, I think we'll see about it.
Yeah. Next up is Divine Visitation. It's 5 mana enchantment. It's one of the most ridiculous enchantments I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, if 1 or more creature tokens would be created under your control, that many 4/4 angel tokens are put into play with instead. And those angels have flying and vigilance.
Jesus. This smug little angel has a cup of tea in her hand too.
Dude,
I think that's hilarious.
This card's silly because it makes so many things good. You're like, 2 mana make 2 dudes.
Yeah.
2 4/4s now. Great.
If you play, like, I want to do Naya tokens with this deck. You're just like, the goblin later we'll get to that produces goblins. Oh, they're 4/4 angels. Or Sapperling Migration. Like, oh, they're 2 4/4s for 2 mana. And Slimefoot, just pay 4 and you got a 4/4. It's insane.
Yeah, this card will be really super good in limited.
Yeah.
It'll be probably used in standard. I doubt it'll be used a lot, honestly, because it's kind of hefty.
Maybe 1 or 2.
But I could see it hitting in standard. It'll be a staple in EDH.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that's really about it.
Especially with the multicolor of Selesnya card with Convoke, where you can pay what I think we'll get to the mana, but you pay X and you put that many 1/1 white vigilant or lifelink dudes. Now they're 4/4s, instant speed. Insane.
Yeah, so good.
Alright. Fly of the Equinox. 7 and 1. So 8 mana. The Human Knight. It's an uncommon 4/5. It has Convoke, so you can tap dudes for it. And it has flying. Maybe a filler limited because it costs 8. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, this card will be used in limited if at all.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's kind of bad.
Pretty bad.
Next up is Gird for Battle. 1 white sorcery, put a 1/1 creature on each of up to 2 target creatures.
I really like this card. This is a trap card for me because I will use the hell out of it.
See, I don't like this card that much because I just don't.
It's 2 creatures that get a 1/1 for 1. Like, it's so good.
Man.
Like
Great.
Boros, Mentor.
I'd rather just play 2 creatures.
But now those creatures are bigger. Anyways, the Hazada Marshal, 1 white, 1/1. Whenever him and at least 2 other creatures attack, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. This card's extremely good.
Yeah, this card's real good and limited just because you get to make more dudes.
Yep.
And if you have that enchantment, you make angels. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. And it can work with Boros or Selesnya, which is insane.
Next card is Healer's Hawk. It's 1 mana, 1/1, flying lifelink. I'll take a Suntail Hawk with flying all day.
Or with lifelink.
Yeah, flying and lifelink, yeah. All day.
Yeah, it's really good, especially in limited.
Yeah.
This one, Haunted Witness, 1 white. When it dies, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. 1/1. It's like a Doom Traveler, but no flying.
It's still pretty good.
It's still good.
And it's good and limited. The art is weird. I can't deal with the dude's head.
Yeah,
but
it's very weird perspective.
It's really good.
And it doesn't... Oh, okay, never mind. Well, I was going to question the dude that behind him looks exactly like him, but maybe that's the Haunted Witness part.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just us nitpicking, yeah.
Yeah, I digress. Let's go to the next one.
Next up is Inspiring Unicorn. It's 4 mana for a 2/2 unicorn. When it attacks, creatures you control get +1/+1.
So noble.
I like this card a lot in limited.
Mm-hmm.
That's really where its place is to shine.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it being used in like a white weenie deck as just like a 1 or 2 of, but nothing like crazy.
Nothing crazy. Intrusive Pack Beast. It costs 5 vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, tap up to 2 target creatures your opponent controls. It's a 3/3. So limited, I got you card.
Yeah, it's pretty good and limited.
Yeah.
Next up is a Ledev Guardian, 4 mana for a 2/4 Convoke. I like this dude a lot in limited.
Yeah, definitely.
He's really strong in limited because you can play him for like 1 or 2 mana, which just tap in for little tokens.
So if turn 3, if you don't get your land, then hopefully you have 2 creatures on the field, and you just be like, oh, I have a 2/4. Next one, Light of the Legion, 4 and 2 white, so 6. It's a 5/5 flying angel. It has Mentor, that's the biggest power I've seen with Mentor. And when Light of the Legion dies, puts a 1/1 counter on each white creature you control. I like it, but I don't know. I think because 6 mana is really rough, but it does add a lot of upside.
Yeah, this card is fantastic. This is a bomb in limited.
Yeah, limited.
Straight bomb.
Super good.
Because you're just like, oh, it dies, my dudes get bigger. Thanks.
I mean, if you just straight up run standard angels, then yeah, definitely run this.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, we got a Lockstone Restorer. He's 6 mana for a 3/4 Convoke. When he enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life.
Good limited.
He's cool. Nothing really amazing. Just limited.
Yep. The next one, Luminous Bonds. It looks weirdly creepy. 2 and white, it's a reprint. Enchant creature, or a creature can attack or block. Simple as that.
And I like that they reprinted it with the same like creature in the old art.
It's
still being like the other one you got to see it more face up, but this one's all body and it's weird.
Oh yeah.
Next up is the Parhelion Patrol. It's 4 mana for a 2/3 flying vigilance with Mentor. That dude's really cool and limited.
I like this dude in limited a lot.
Yeah, he's real good and limited.
All your little ones are getting bigger at least.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
The next one, Righteous Blow. It's a reprint, 1 white instant. Deals 2 damage to attacking or blocking creature. Meh, limited.
Yeah, yeah. Rock Charger, 3 mana for a 1/3 flyer. When it attacks, target attacking creature without flying gains flying.
Staple limited.
Apparently they need to always print these in every set going forward.
Yeah.
So this is just a staple limited.
You need Colossus Dreadmaw and you need something with flying that gives flying. Simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, next one. Skyline Scout. 1 and a white. It's a 2/1. Whenever it attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, it gains flying until end of turn. Just a good limited.
This card is bad to me.
It's kind of bad, but if you're flooding in limited and they don't have flying, it works.
Yeah. If there's others, I would say use the other cards first.
Yeah, like this next dude.
Yeah, Sunholm Stalwart is 2 mana for 2/2 First Strike Mentor. That dude's awesome and limited.
Yeah.
Because he just makes your dudes bigger. And with Mentor, if you have multiple Mentor triggers, you trigger which one happens first because you control them all. So you'd be like, trigger this one, this dude gets countered, this dude gets into that counter, this dude gets countered.
Exactly. So this guy can be definitely a 3/3 First Strike at all.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Alright, next one. Sworn Companions. 2 and a white. Sorcerer. Create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. Now, if you don't run green, this is good token generator, but if you run green, there's a lot better ones.
Yeah, it's still good and limited. It'll be used in limited because it just helps you.
Yeah.
That's really about it, I think. Next up is Take Heart. 1 white instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. You gain 1 life for each attacking creature you control.
Really good upswing for limited.
Yeah, it's super good and limited.
Depending if Life Matter deck comes out, like for standard, then so good.
Yeah.
Next one. This one's kind of cool. 10th District Guard. 1 and a white. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +0/+1 until end of turn.
It's kind of meh.
It's a filler limited card, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's meh.
Next up, we got a Venerated Loxodon. 5 mana for a 4/4 Convoke. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each creature that convoked it. This card I actually like a lot.
Yeah.
It's not like super crazy. It'll be really good in limited. I could see it being used in standard, but I really like it a lot, actually.
The fact that if you have 5 creatures to tap with it, they all get 1/1 counters.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
It's neat. Definitely limited bomb, I would say.
Yeah.
Standard, we'll see. Alright, and with that ends white there. And let's go ahead and get into the blue. Alright, the first one in the blue is Capture Sphere. 3 in a blue, so 4 aura. Flash, enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step.
It's a really good limited card. That's really about it. Like, I like the idea of it, but it's just a limited card.
Yeah, but it doesn't say enchant target creature, right? So does that get around hexproof?
No, enchant auras already target, so you have to. It
okay.
doesn't get around hexproof at all.
Okay.
It's just an aura it automatically targets.
Gotcha. All right.
Chemister's Insight is the next one. It's 4 mana instant. It's draw 2 cards, and it's got Jumpstart, which is the new Izzet mechanic. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other cost. So essentially, you pay its cost again, and you discard a card, and you can do it again from your graveyard.
Which like super helps with flooding out. Like if you're tired of drawing land, then you got an extra spell to do it. Especially with instant that draws you 2 cards.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Card will be good in limited. It'll be really good in standard if somebody makes a good jumpstarty deck.
Yeah, and plus, what is it? I can never remember the name, but the one that's used in control decks now. Cost 4, scry 2, get 2 energy, draw 2. Like, it'll replace that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
The next one, City Watch Sphinx. 5 in a blue, flying. When it dies, surveil 2. 5/4. Limited. That's it.
What is surveil?
Oh yeah, the other one, that's the Dimir one. So, surveil happens, it's like scry, but instead of putting it at the bottom of the library, you put it in the graveyard. So, look at the top 2 cards, because it says surveil 2, of your library, then put any number of them in the graveyard, and the rest on the top of your library in any order. So, extremely powerful.
Yeah.
And I think they misjudged the power of that keyword, because it's everywhere.
It's on a lot of cards, for sure.
Oh yeah.
The next one, Dazzling Lights. 1 blue instant. Target creature gets -3/-0 and surveil 2. Awesome.
Don't think it's even limited viable.
Yeah, I mean it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a filler card.
Yeah,
much.
for sure.
The next one, Devious Cover Up. 2 and 2 blue, instant. Counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead and putting it in owner's graveyard. You may shuffle up to 4 target cards from your graveyard into your library. I think this is very meh and probably not used anywhere.
I don't know. I could see it being used in standard, just very sparingly if it is at all.
Yeah, because with Surveil, you can choose to put stuff in the graveyard if you don't need it at the moment. This puts it back in the deck if you wanted to. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Next up, Dimir Informant. 3 mana for a 1/4. When it enters the battlefield, surveil 2. Really cool and limited. I really think it's only going to be in limited.
It can be in standard just because it's a 1/4 defender, or basically. You block all day and you surveil 2. Disdainful Stroke, one of my favorite counters ever made. 1 in a blue, counter target spell with converted mana, cost 4 or greater. I love to play this in mid-range decks all the time. It's just really good.
Next up is the Dream Eater. 6 mana for a 4/3 flash flying Nightmare Sphinx. When it enters the battlefield, surveil 4. When you do, you may return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. This card's definitely going to make standard in a control deck. Because, yes, it's going to be just a bomb get there. They're not going to have Torrential, so this is your way to get cards back in your hand. This card's going to be played in standard, I can bet. It's really good in limited, for sure.
It bounces the opponent's permanent, which is good.
Okay, so you surveil 4, you look at 4 cards, and then you bounce their Planeswalker. Get out of my life. This card's it'll be used in standard in a control deck, I bet.
We'll see. I'm indifferent on that one.
Nah.
The next one, Drowned Secrets. 1 in a blue, enchantment. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 3 cards of their library in the graveyard. That's any target player. So this could be used in like Dredge as well. Or, I don't know, Life of the Loam decks, like something like that.
So Mill gets better.
Except Fraying Insanity is out of here, so that makes me super sad. If this was with Fraying Insanity, Mono Blue, Mill, in a heartbeat.
Next up is Enhanced Surveillance. 2 mana enchantment. You may look at the top. You may look at an additional 2 cards each time you surveil. Exile this, shuffle your graveyard into your library.
Really damn good.
Yeah, this card is awesome. It'll be really cool in a surveil deck in standard.
Yeah.
I don't expect to see a lot of this card played because it has a lot of time to set up, and you're already gonna have to do a lot in standard. So I don't know how well it's gonna be in standard, but it'll be there.
Yeah, if you can play it turn 2, then done.
Yeah.
Later in the game, it's kind of okay, but to do it 2 additional times, it's ridiculous. All right, next one, Guild Summit. 2 and 1 blue, enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you may tap any number of untapped gates you control. Draw a card for each gate you tap this way. Whenever a gate enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. I don't... Okay, so gates replaces the basic lands in the packs. So maybe in sealed or maybe draft, this will be okay. But besides that, no.
I like the idea of this card, but I don't think it'll be used.
No. It's kind of just really bad.
Yeah. Alright, so I haven't seen this next one, but it's a Leapfrog for 3 mana for a 3/1, and it has flying as long as you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn.
Really,
this card's awesome.
Yeah.
It's not really like great, but I just like the idea of it.
It's silly, fun, and limited, and the art's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be good and limited. That's really where it's at.
The next one, Maximize Altitude. 1 blue, sorcery. Target creature gets +1/+1, gain flying, and you can jumpstart. So that's a good card for limited.
Yep. Next up is Mission Briefing. 2 mana instant. Surveil 2. Then choose an instant or sorcery card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. If this card will be put into a graveyard, this turn exile it instead. So it's literally a Snapcaster with Surveil, which is so strong. I mean, you don't get a creature, but that's okay.
But you get to
just do all kinds of stuff.
You get to go too deep, and if you need a card at that exact moment, like a counter, you put it in the graveyard and then you use it.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's extremely good. And I love the fact that, even in this fantasy world, they also have to put their hands to the ear to get the mission briefing. But extremely good. I'm going to buy lots of this
Fantastic card.
And it does sorceries, so like if you need a board wipe again, it's there.
Yeah, it'll be a fantastic card in all the formats.
It's so good. Next one, Murmuring Mystic, 3 and a blue. Human Wizard, whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, create a 1/1 blue bird illusion creature token with flying. It's a 1/5.
It'll be good and limited for sure.
Yeah, limited. They've tried to create this 4-drop card so many times in different ways. It just never works out in standard.
Yeah, I like the artwork though.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It is.
Next up is Amuse Drake. 4 mana for a 1/3 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Just a good filler card in standard or in limited.
In limited, yeah. All right, a reprint. 1 in a blue. Narcomoeba. Flying. When it's put in your graveyard from your library, you may put it in the battlefield. It's a 1/1 flyer. So, with Surveil, you get a free dude.
It's kind of weird. Narcomoeba.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
It's just what it does. Next up is a Night Veil Sprite. 2 mana for a 1/2 flyer. And when it attacks, you Surveil 1.
I think it's super good, actually. It can be standard viable.
Yeah, I like this card a lot. And it really gives me hope that they go back to Lorwyn block, because that block was awesome. But we'll see.
I agree. Alright, next one. What everyone's talking about. Omnispell Adept. 4 and a blue. Human Wizard. It's a 3/4. And the special thing about this guy is you pay 2 and a 1, so 3. Tap it. You may cast an instant or sorcery card from your hand without paying its mana cost. When they thought, Aetherworks Marvel was a good thing. Of course, everyone talks about the apex of power with this deck. With this. It's true. You cast it, you get 10 mana, you exile the thing. I say you play Omniscience with that 10 mana, and then you can cast spells for free.
Yeah,
simple as that.
So much good stuff that can happen with that guy. It's silly.
Or 3 mana Nexus of Fate. Screw you.
This picture's pretty wild.
Picture's really good. This card's really good. It costs 5, but if you're playing control, that doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Next up is a Pass Wall Adept. 2 mana for a 1/3, and you pay 3. Target creature can't be blocked this turn.
Limited goodness.
Yeah, it's cool and limited. That's about it.
Alright, Quasi Duplicate. 1 and 2 blue. Sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. And it has Jumpstart, so you discard a card, you cast it again. The fact that it has to be a target creature you control is very troublesome. Because if you cast this and they kill your only dude, then you're screwed.
Yeah, I like the idea. We'll have to see. It'll be cool and limited, but I don't know what else past that.
Exactly.
Next up is a Radical Idea. 2 mana instant, draw a card, and it's got Jumpstart. This card I could see being used in standard just because it's 2 mana to draw a card and you get to do it again. Yeah,
immediately it will be used. Alright, Selective Snare. It's a X and a blue. Return X target creatures of the creature type of your choice to their owner's hand. Huh.
That's neat.
That can be really good sideboard card. Because if you play against tokens, then you're just like, well, soldier tokens. put them in your hand. Or soldier, like you can just say soldier, so it gets all soldiers.
It only gets X of them. You gotta pay for X.
You gotta pay for X, but still.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Next up is Sinister Sabotage. 3 mana instant, counter target spell, surveil 1. This card is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's gonna be used as the new counter spell now, just because it's 3 mana. Look at the top card, do some things.
Pretty much.
It's good.
Alright, the next one. Thoughtbound Phantasm. 1 blue, defender. Whenever you surveil, put a 1/1 counter on it, which is insane because it's a 2/2 for 1. And as long as a Phantasm has 3 or more 1/1 counters on it, it can attack as though it doesn't have defender. It's pretty cute.
That's pretty awesome, because if you put counters on it anoth way, it can still attack. It doesn't have to have the surveil to do it.
Which is pretty silly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Next up is Unexplained Disappearance. 2 mana instant, return target creature to its owner's hand, surveil 1.
Really good limited.
Yeah, great limited card.
Let's see. Vidalcan Mesmerus. 1 blue and 1. It's a wizard. Whenever it attacks, target creature and opponent control gets -2, -0 until end of turn. Really good and limited, I think.
Yeah, very good and limited.
It just makes their beginning of the game trades like really bad.
Next up, we're going back into the 80s movies, but you know,
Yeah.
Wall of Mist, 2 mana for a 0/5 defender.
Done.
Because the mist will get you.
It's weird that it was just printed in M19, I think. But this art's way cooler.
Yeah, this art's way awesome.
Nice. Next one, Watcher in the Mist. 3 and 2, creepy spirit. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, surveil 2, 3/4.
It's good and limited, yeah.
Limited.
Next up is a Wish Coin Crab. 4 mana for a 2/5 limited card.
A filler limited
yeah,
card.
if that. That's really it for the blue guys.
Yeah, with blue, we'll get into black now. Alright, Barrier of Bones. 1 black, Defender Skeleton Wall. Looks pretty awesome. 0/3. When it enters the battlefield, surveil 1. It's decent.
Yeah, I like it in limited for sure because it's just a good blocker and it helps you get you through your deck.
Yeah,
pretty cool. Next up is the Bartizan Bats. 4 mana for a 3/1 flyer. It's an okay card in limited. That's really about its only place.
Yep, pretty much. Blood Operative. 1 and 2 black. Lifelink 3/1 rare. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target card from a graveyard, which is pretty, relevant as you've seen. But whenever you surveil, if Blood Operative is in the graveyard, you may pay 3 life. If you do, return them to your hand. I don't know. We're iffy about this. I think it's maybe good sideboard because the fact that it goes to your hand and not in the play. Of course, it would be too powerful by then, but...
Yeah, I kind of like him. I think he's okay. He's not, like, game-breaking, but he's pretty cool.
So, definitely in limited, because you can just repeatedly bring a dude in and out.
Yeah, and he's got lifelink, so...
We'll see, yeah.
We'll see. Next up is a Burglar Rat. 2 mana for a 1/1. He comes into play, each opponent discards a card. He's just stealing your stuff.
Yep, I like it.
He good limited.
The next one, Child of Night. New art, which is really awesome. 1 in black. Lifelink 2/1. Simple as that.
Yeah, great limited card. That's really about its place.
Yeah, pretty much.
Next up is Creeping Chill. 4 mana for a sorcery. It deals 3 damage to each opponent and you gain 3 life. When it's put into the graveyard from the library, you may exile it. If you do, Creeping Chill deals 3 damage to each opponent and you gain 3 life.
I would like to think this is standard viable.
Yeah, this is definitely awesome because it gives black burn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Black doesn't need burn, but they have it now.
It's
and silly.
When you Seville, like, oh, I'm going to draw some cards. Oh, let's just put 2 of these from the top of the library in the graveyard. Take 6, I gain 6. There's a lot of different things that might happen with this card.
It's definitely a really good card.
Alright, next one. Dead Weight. It's a reprint. The art's pretty cute. 1 black, Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creature gets -2/-2. It's just really good kill and limited.
Yeah, this card's awesome limited.
Yeah.
Next up is Deadly Visit. 5 mana for a destroy target creature, surveil 2. It's neat.
That's good. Limited.
It's good limited. It's really about its only place, I think.
Yep. Pretty much Magic has always done like 5-drop kill spells now for limited.
Yeah.
And that one's still pretty good.
Yeah.
This guy, Doom Whisperer, amazing art. 3 and 2 black, Nightmare Demon. It's a 6/6 flying trample for 5. What's the negative? There is none. You pay 2 life, you surveil 2 whenever you want.
Yeah, this card's
This
awesome.
card is ridiculously good.
He does so much for you, so for 5 mana, I'll take a 6/6 flyer.
Yeah, just that
Great.
alone, that's a 6/6 flyer. That beats Lyra, Dawnbringer.
Yeah. And it pays 2 life and surveils 2. And if you have that other enchantment that surveils 2 more, awesome.
Yeah, you pay 2 life, you surveil 4. Oh, so good. This card's really good. So
that's going to be amazing.
That actually equals up to the mythic rare that it is.
Yeah. Next up is Dowser of Lights. 5 mana for a 4/5, and he's just a basic dude.
That's it.
It's pretty neat.
I like the art. It looks like a little Zergling. Or not Zergling, a Hydralisk from StarCraft.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's pretty cool. Alright, so limited, definitely. Next one. Gruesome. How would you say that, sir?
Menagerie.
Menagerie, thank you. 3 and 2 black, sorcery. It has a Ninja Turtle in it. Choose a creature with a converted mana cost 1 in your graveyard. Then do the same for creature cards with converted mana cost 2. And 3. Return those cards to the battlefield. Insane. Really good.
Yeah, this card's gonna be fantastic and limited because you're just like, oh, we're losing this game. Let's get back in this game.
Yeah.
5 mana, get 3 dudes. Awesome.
Or if you're just like black-red aggro or something like that, you're just like, okay, turn 5, I bring my dudes back. Thank you.
Yeah, this card's pretty silly for what it does. Next up is a Hired Poisoner. 1/1 Death Touch for 1.
You gotta have it.
Yeah, it's there and limited for a reason. It's still good and limited for a reason.
The next one, Kroll Swarm. I think that's how it's called. 4 and a black, Insect Warrior, flying. It's a 4/1. Pay 3, discard a creature card, return Swarm from your graveyard to your hand. Kind of bad.
Yeah. It'll be used in limited, but that's really about it.
Yeah.
I doubt you'll use the second ability unless you really need to.
If you have a crappy 1-drop that you don't need anymore late game, then it's good.
Next up is the Lotleth Giant. So 7 mana for a 6/5 Undergrowth. He enters the battlefield. It deals 1 damage to target opponent for each creature in your graveyard. And that's what Undergrowth is it does stuff with the number of creatures in your graveyard.
Yeah. Limited, okay. Like, it can just end the game, probably, if you just been battling out constantly.
Yeah, card's really good and limited. That's really about it.
Alright, the next one. Mausoleum Secrets. For 2, 1 and 1 black, instant. This card is really good. Undergrowth, so depending on how many creatures you have in your graveyard, search your library for a black card with converted mana costs less than or equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your library. The fact that it's instant speed is what makes this super good.
Yeah, and if anyone ever played Beseech the Queen, that's what this reminds me of, and that card was amazing.
Yeah.
Because this card only gets better the longer the game goes.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Sure, it's a black card, but, you know, there's a lot of multicolored cards out there.
Yeah, yeah. Next up is Mephitic Vapors. 3 mana, sorcery, all creatures get -1/-1, and you surveil 2.
So, good sideboard card, even though there is the Golden Demise, which is -2/-2, but a limited sideboard too.
Yeah, it's really good and limited. There's also the Mare that does the same thing for 3 mana.
Yeah, Plague Mare.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's meh. So definitely limited. Next one, Midnight Reaper, 2 and 1 black. It's a rare. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, deals 1 damage to you, and you draw a card. It's a 3/2. This card's been kind of reprinted, not with the same name, but the same ability, and I like it.
Yeah, this card is like the epitome of black, because it's just like, hey, I'll get power every time my dude dies.
Yeah.
It's super good and limited. It'll probably get used in standard. It's pretty good stats.
I can see its place in standard.
Yeah. Next up is a Moodmark Painter. 4 mana for a 2/3 with Undergrowth. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gains menace and gains +X/+0, where X is the number of creatures in your graveyard. That's a cool one-shot in limited. Yeah. You're just like, hey, this dude's angry. You're dying.
Just dead.
I like that in limited.
And menace, yeah. Menace is something not to shake a tail out. Or whatever. Necrotic Wound. 1 black, instant, Undergrowth. Target creature gets -X/-X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. If that creature would die, exile it instead.
This card's awesome.
I like it.
This card is definitely going to be used in standard, just because it can do a lot for you. Sure, it takes a little bit. Like early game, it's not so cool, but late game, it's just 1 mana, kill your dude, really.
And it's just really cool that the guilds actually slightly work with each other. Like Undergrowth and Surveil work perfectly with each other.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, okay, Surveil, dump creatures in the graveyard if you want, then other effects happen.
Yeah. Next up.
Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, man. Next up is Never Happened. 3 mana for a sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land from that player's graveyard or hand and exile it.
It's pretty intense that she's removing the memory from his eyeball. Pretty rough.
Poor guy.
Yeah. It can be in standard. I mean, we don't have I think Doomfall anymore, so no exiling from the hand.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, but remember that it just says reveals their hand. You don't have to actually pick a card in their hand. You can pick a card in their graveyard, but you get to see their hand.
Yeah, which is nice. Alright, next one. Pilfering Imp, 1 black. Flying 1/1. You can pay 2, 1 in a black, sacrifice Imp. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Activate this ability only as a sorcery. I like it.
Yeah, he's really cool. He'll be better in standard, I think, than he would be in limited, but yeah, he's really cool.
Agreed.
Next up is a Plate Crafter. 3 mana for a 3/2. When he enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or a planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card.
This card's really good. It will definitely see standard, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he's Fleshback Marauder.
Yeah, with upside, because they have to sacrifice the planeswalker. So Teferi, if you're able to land him and in control, it's like, get rid of that guy.
Yeah. And if they can't, they discard a card, and he's a 3/2.
Yeah.
Dude's good all around.
And
and he's a human, so he'll be in this little modern human deck.
Great. I can see that, definitely. God, it's really good. Because they're like turn 3 Karn, and you're like, well, Aether Vial, this Playcrafter.
Yeah, thanks.
Suck it.
Or Cavern of Souls, because you can't counter him. Ha ha ha.
Right?
So gay.
Alright, the next one. Price of Fame. This card is going to be on everyone's radar soon. 3 in a black, instant, destroy target creature. Well, that's kind of rough, right? But this spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a legendary creature. Oh, and you get to surveil 2. That's really good.
This card makes me sad because I like to play big dumb legendary creatures, so it's just gonna wreck my life.
Yeah.
But it's really good in limited and standard.
And standard, yeah. You're like, your liar's gone. Your guild leader's gone. Like, for 2 mana.
I mean, it does a lot.
And with Mission Briefing, you get to do it again. And surveil 2. Like, it's insane.
Next up, Ritual of Soot. 4 mana for destroy all creatures with convert mana cost 3 or less. So this one's awesome. It kills a lot of stuff, except Vinemare.
Yep.
So, yeah, why not?
Yeah, right. And I feel like Wizards of the Coast is really playing favorites with black and blue here. Because this is insane. Like, it destroys all Selesnya and Boros, and just, like, all your dudes are dead. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, for 4 mana, kill a lot of things.
Kill everything that I need. Insane. Alright. Severed Strands. 1 in a black sorcery. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. You gain life equal to the sacrifice creature's toughness. Destroy a target creature an opponent controls. So it's Bone Splinters with upside that costs a little bit more.
It's pretty neat.
And standard, really good. Or not, sorry, limited, it's really good.
Yeah, it's good and limited. That's about it. Next up, Spinal Centipede. That sounds terrifying.
Right?
3 mana for a 3/2. When it dies, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Awesome and limited.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Still terrifying regardless of where it's at.
Just to think about it.
Yeah.
Alright, Undercity Necrolisk. 3 in a black, looks pretty cool. He's a zombie lizard. He's a 3/3, pay 1, sacrifice another creature, put a 1/1 counter on him. It gains menace until end of turn. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. So
this dude's awesome.
This guy's really awesome. So they're almost setting up the classic, with the Reaper dude, where creature dies, you draw a card, lose a life. With this guy, because it used to be Nantuko Husk.
Yeah.
To be able to do it. But thankfully, this is actually more balanced.
Yeah, I like this dude a lot, actually, though. Yeah. He's super good and limited, because if you don't block him, you just die. Like, yeah. And he's even harder to do things with, because he gains menace.
Exactly.
I like him.
And you get those stalemates sometimes in limited, and this guy just puts you overboard.
Yeah, he pushes through those stalemates pretty hard. Next up is a Veiled Shade. 3 mana for a 2/2. You pay a black and 1, and it gains +1/+1. It's a cool limited shade. That's really about it.
Yep. Alright, now this guy's pretty delicious. Vicious Rumors, 1 black, sorcery. It deals 1 damage to each opponent. Each opponent discards a card, then puts the top card of their library in the graveyard. You gain 1 life.
It's a pretty value time for 1 mana.
Right, exactly. And the art's really cool and creepy. I want to see it in standard.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet. I like it.
Yeah.
Next up is a Whispering Snitch. 2 mana for a 1/3. When you surveil for the first time each turn, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life.
Really good and limited to bleed that much.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know people don't like the art, but I actually really enjoy it. Looks weird though.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those that doesn't like the art, but that's okay.
Alright, with that ends the black. The first one in red here. Arclight Phoenix. 3 in a red. Flying Haste, 3/2. At the beginning of combat of your turn, if you cast 3 or more instant or sorcery spells this turn, return Arclight from the graveyard to the battlefield. That's too many spells to play before your combat step. Yeah, I don't like it at all.
It's got a lot that needs to happen for it to come back.
Yeah. If you cantrip constantly for no reason, just to get this 3/2 flyer, Rekindling Phoenix is still a card. So there's no reason to play this.
I mean, this will make Storm pretty funny. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Next up is a Barging Sergeant. 5 mana for a 4/2 Mentor Haste. That dude's pretty cool and limited.
Yeah, and limited
he gets big and angry.
He's gonna do work real quick. Now this guy, he's kind of cute to me. Book Devourer, 5 in red, trample. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you may discard all the cards in your hand. If you do, draw that many cards. 4/5. Meh.
Yeah, he's okay. Nothing really crazy. He'll be cool and limited because you're just like, I'll beat you down for 4 mana.
Yeah, pretty much.
And sure, get to refill your hand. Okay, cool.
And it's a May, so you don't have to do it.
Yeah, that's really good. Next up is Command the Storm. 5 mana instant. Deal 5 damage to target creature.
Good and limited.
Yeah, great limited card.
Alright, Cosmotronic Wave. 3 in a red sorcery. It deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control. Creatures your opponents control can't block this turn. It's limited.
Yeah, that's really about it. The art is amazing,
yeah,
but that's really about it. It's for limited.
The art, I bet foily, that's going to be super good.
Yeah. Next up is a Direct Current. It is 3 mana for deals 2 damage to any target, and it's got Jumpstart.
It's so gross and crappy. Like, it just deals 2 damage for 3 to... I don't know. It's bad.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan
Sorcery speed, too. They should have made it cost 2 for a shot.
Yeah.
That's bad. Alright. Electrostatic Field. 1 in red. It's a defender. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Really good. It's a 0/4.
Wow. That card's pretty silly.
That card's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I like it. It'll be good in limited. It'll be good in standard in a Jumpstart deck. That's really about its place.
Yeah.
Next up is an Erratic Cyclops. 4 mana for a 0/8 trample. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, he gets +X/+0 until the end of turn, where X is the spell's converted mana cost.
It can be good. It cannot be good. It's kind of blah, to be honest.
Yeah, he's cool. He's not really that neat. He's good and limited for sure.
If you get enough instances.
Yeah, if you get enough to power him, but otherwise he's kind of meh.
Next one. Experimental Frenzy. 3 in a red. Enchantment. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play the top card of your library. You can't play cards from your hand. Pay 4, destroy this.
I like this card a lot. It's not really good.
No.
But I like the idea of it. Because you're like, I'm going to do some things. But I can't do these things.
It's literally
cool
for an aggro deck. I feel like you're just like, play stuff, then play this, and then like, okay, what's the top card? Cool, let's do this. What's the top card? Because it says play, so you can put a land from the top card in the field, and then look at it again and be like, okay, let's do this. Yeah,
it's neat. It's probably not going to be used, but it's neat.
No, not at all. It's so bad.
Next up is a Fearless Halberdier. 3 mana for a 3/2.
Just
cool limited.
Yep. Next one, Fire Urchin. 1 in red, trample. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, it gets +1 until end of turn. So 1/3.
He's cool.
He's cute. He's cute limited.
Yeah, nothing like amazing, but he's cool.
Yeah.
Next up is a Goblin Banneret. 1 mana for a 1/1 mentor, and you pay 2, he gains +2/+0.
I think this is a sleeper uncommon, dude. Like, this is probably my favorite and best uncommon in the set, maybe.
He's pretty good just because he can pump himself so you can make Mentor better.
Exactly.
For what you need.
Like the other goblin that we're about to get to, it makes him better.
Yeah.
And it's endless, so if you need to make him bigger to make something else bigger, then do it. And the fact that it's a 1-drop, that it's just really good.
I like him. I like him a lot.
I like him a lot. Alright, next one. Goblin Crater Maker. 1 in a red. He's a warrior, little goblin. 1, sacrifice Crater Maker. Choose 1. He deals 2 damage to target creature. Okay. But destroy target colorless non-land permanent. So it destroys modern Tron.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And if it's still a thing, 1 with artifacts. I can't think of Infinity.
Karn?
No. The other deck type. Affinity.
I
don't know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
With Edge Champion.
Affinity?
Affinity, thank you.
I was like, where are you going with this?
I couldn't, I want to say infinity, but that's not it. And I couldn't, I knew the word, I just couldn't say it.
This dude would definitely make a splash in Modern because of the amount of, colorless things that are good in Modern.
Yeah.
And in Standard, don't forget, this dude kills Karn real hard.
Yeah.
Oh, you played a Karn? Cool. Dies.
Get out of
Thanks.
there. We needed this guy before rotation, to be honest.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pretty much. Next up is the Goblin Locksmith. And the picture is amazing because it's exactly how I picture a goblin doing anything. He's just punching through the door to unlock the door. This is my favorite.
But yeah, still trying to unlock it from the
yeah.
outside.
So he's 2 mana for a 2/1. When he attacks, creatures with Defender can't block.
Don't know when that will ever come
this
to be.
This dude's so good. I love the flavor of this dude. Totally.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Great and limited just because, I don't know.
Just because he wants to play a goblin.
Yeah, because... Okay, I take the back. He's not really good.
He's
but
kind of bad.
He's awesome in the same.
Alright. Gravitic Punch. 3 in red. Target creature you control deals damage equal to the power to target player. It doesn't target a creature, just player, straight up. So it's like a fling, but you don't have to sack a dude. And it has Jumpstart. So great and limited.
Yeah, really good and limited. That's about it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Next up is the Hellkite Whelp. 5 mana for a 3/3 flyer. When it attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature defending player controls. I think this card is awesome. It's great and limited.
Yeah, good and limited, definitely.
I don't know if it'll be used in Standard, but it's really cool because it can kill off a lot of dudes.
Yeah. If anything, there's a dinosaur that does that right now. Reggie.
Yeah, Regisar.
Regisar. Alright, Inescapable Blaze. 4 and 2 red. So it's the new Lava Axe, but it has instant. The spell cannot be countered, and it deals 6 damage to any target. So it's super cute and limited, I guess.
Yeah, it's good and limited. It's really about it.
Yeah.
Next up is the Lava Coil for 2 mana, sorcery, deals 4 damage to target creature. The creature would die this turn, exile it instead.
Extremely good. It's going to be used in Standard.
Yeah, yeah.
It gets rid of Phoenix, Rekindling Phoenix for 2 mana.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. The goblin we were talking about earlier, Legion War Boss. He upgraded. He was a Legionnaire.
Yeah.
In the old Ravnica. 2 and a red. Mentor. He's a 2/2 at the beginning of combat. Your turn. Create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That token gains haste until end of turn. Only this turn. Attacks this combat if able. Extremely good. He's already been compared to Rabble Master, but I think this guy is better than Rabble Master because it doesn't make all the other goblins have to attack.
Yeah, he is better than Rabble Master.
So if you have 2 of this guy, you just put out 2 goblins immediately and swing. And he has Mentor, so it makes all those other goblins bigger.
Yeah, dude's awesome.
That guy is really good.
Next up is a Maniacal Rage. 2 mana enchantment aura. When the enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and can't block.
Good and limited.
Yeah, great limited because you're just like, this dude's already big. Let's make it bigger and just swing.
Yeah, pretty much. The next one, Maximum Velocity. 1 red, sorcery. Target creature gets +1/+1, gains haste until end of turn, Jumpstart. The fact that it has Jumpstart makes it really well-rounded and limited.
Yeah. I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what it does, but it's pretty cool. Next up is an Ornery Goblin. 2 mana for a 2/1. When it blocks or becomes blocked by a creature, it deals 1 damage to that creature. It's really cool and limited because it gets to kill a 3/3.
Exactly. Or it's really good in against Selesnya because you just you want to block this 1/1 can't kill this 2/1.
Yeah.
So it helps protect itself.
Yeah.
Now this card, I'm really excited for it. I kind of want to splash red in every deck just for it. but it's the new Browbeat. Risk factor, 2 and a red, instant. That's what throws this overboard. Target opponent you may have, target opponent you may have risk factor deal 4 damage to them. That's a lot for 3. If that player doesn't, you draw 3 cards. And it has Jumpstart, so you can do it all over again.
Yeah, this is one of those Jumpstart cards that's really awesome.
It's insanely good.
Because you get a lot of value, because that's 3 mana. You take 4, or I get to draw 3 cards.
And people are like, don't give your opponents decisions. But this decision helps you either way, and you don't care. If it's sorcery, okay. Instant speed, okay. Better.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Next up is a Rebel Belt Boar. 4 mana for a 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. He's cool and limited. That's really about it.
Yeah, just meh. The next one, Runaway Steamkin. I feel like he's just flopping his arms like you do as a kid. 1 in red, elemental. Whenever you cast a red spell, if it has fewer than 3 counters on it, put a 1/1 counter on it. Remove 3 1/1 counters on it from Runaway, add 3 mana. It's a 1/1. I don't know, we'll see.
This card's neat.
Maybe in Storm he'll do something?
Somebody's going to bust this card some way.
Yeah.
And when that happens, this dude will be really good.
Yeah.
But up until that point, he's kind of meh right now.
Alright.
Next up is a Smeltwart's Minotaur. 3 mana for a 2/3. When you cast an instant or sorcery, target creature can't block this turn. This dude will be awesome and limited.
Yeah.
Awesome and limited. Because you're just like, kill that dude. Don't block here.
And if you're doing spells
Sweet.
Matter, maybe standard too.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's a very powerful thing to put on a 3-drop dude. The next one, Street Riot, 4 and a red. Enchantment. As long as it's your turn, creatures you control is +1 and have trample. So limited.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah. It costs too much to be any kind of good otherwise.
Yeah.
It's cool, but that's it.
That's it.
Next up is a Sure Strike. 2 mana instant. Target creature gets +3/+7, gains first strike.
It's a good reprint for limited.
I mean, it's still bad, but it's okay.
Yeah. It trades up in limited.
Yeah.
Alright. Torch Courier. 1 red, haste. Goblin. Another goblin that has haste. That's awesome. 1/1. Sacrifice. Another target creature gains haste until end of turn. I like this card.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's nothing like crazy, but he'll be used a little bit.
Yeah.
Next up is a Wojek Bodyguard. 3 mana for a 3/3 Mentor. He can't attack or block alone.
Which is kind of weird because he's evenly placed 3 for 3/3, but I guess with the Mentor it pushes him over.
Yeah, he's kind of cool. Nothing like amazing, but he's pretty cool.
Yep. And of course with that ends the red cards for us. Alright, let's start off with the green here. Affectionate Indrik. It's 5 and a 1. When Affectionate enters the battlefield, you may have a fight target creature you don't control. And it just loves its so master and knock the mother out.
Yeah.
And he's about to fall off a bridge and it's just not good. It's just bad. But it's so kind.
Yeah, I like it.
So limited, definitely.
Next up is an Arboretum Elemental.
Right?
It's 9 mana for a 7/5 Convoke Hexproof. I don't really know what this dude's gonna do. He's good in limited. He could be good in standard.
Could be. It's the 5 defense that makes him so sad.
But I'm just like, I don't really know what this dude's gonna do.
Yeah?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Good and limited. Stick with that.
Yeah, that's about it. The next one, Beast Whisperer. 2 green. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. 2/3. I'm mad about him because he costs 4, but he's just overpowered for what he does.
He's cool. I'm not sure what he does though. We'll see where he's at.
We'll see if he's good. He's an elf, so it might just be jumped in the elf deck and you're just cantripping elves.
Next up is Bounty of Might. 6 mana for an instant. Target creature gets +3/+3.
And?
Target creature gets +3/+3.
What else, Kevin?
And target creature gets +3/+3.
Yeah. That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, so they split it up so you can actually target the same dude with all 3 of those if you want to. So you put all your eggs in one basket and you'd be like, you're dying. Or you can target 3 different dudes.
So, limited goodness for now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Well, actually, we'll have to look this one up. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Next up is Circuitous Root. 4 mana for a sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and/or gate cards and put them onto the battlefield tapped.
Okay. Sorry, the website we're using, it's all in a different language, so we had to look at.
Yeah, it's neat.
Explosive vegetation.
Yeah, it's cool. It'll be used.
Yeah.
It's really good and limited because you can go get gate cards and just be like, hey, I get free dual lands.
Like, pretty much, yeah.
That's really about it.
Next one, Crushing Canopy, 2 and a green, instant. Choose one. Destroy target creature with flying. Destroy target enchantment. So it's plummet and naturalize. Well, almost naturalized together. I like it. Sideboard.
Yeah. Next up is the Dev Corinne Dissident. 2 mana for a 2/2. You can pay 5 and he gets +2/+2.
Limited.
Yeah, limited card really.
All right, District Guide. She's not guiding anyone. Just by herself. 2 and a 1. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land or gate card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Sad it doesn't go into play, but you can get a gate with it. So we'll see what happens with that later. Yeah, this card's
kind of just bad.
It's just bad.
Next up is a Generous Stray. It's 3 mana for a 1/2. He just looks chill. Yep. He's just chilling little cat. Comes into play, you draw a card. It's okay. I mean, it's nothing like crazy.
Yeah. It's a filler green card, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, next one. Golgari Raiders. 3 and a green. Haste has Undergrowth. Enters the battlefield with 1/1 counter on it for each creature and card in your graveyard. So, very good late game limited. That's about it. It's sad it's a 0/0. At least it can be at least a 1/1. Because by itself, it's nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of sad without dudes in the yard.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Next up is a Grappling Sundew. It's 2 mana for a 0/4 Defender Reach. And you can pay 5 and it gains Indestructible. It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. I kind of like it, especially with the Arcades, the Defender Dragon.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Alright, the next one. Hatchery Spider, 5 and 2 green. Reach, 5/7. Undergrowth. When you cast a spell, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard, of course. You may put a green permanent with converted mana cost X or less from among them, put it in the battlefield. Put the rest of the bottom of your library in random order. Cost 7 for this effect.
Yeah, it'll be good and limited because you get extra things, but that's really about it.
Probably used in EDH for sure, but that's about it. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Next up, we got a Hitchclaw Recluse. 3 mana for a 1/4 Reach. It's a great limited spider, just to be like, hey, block your flyers.
Yeah,
that's really it.
And it costs 3, it's good. Iron Shell Beetle. 1 and a green insect. Enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, 1/1. Pretty good. Just a good limited.
Yeah, pretty neat. Next up is a Crawl Foragers. 5 mana for a 4/4 with Undergrowth. It enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each creature in your yard. It's cool. I like it in limited.
Well, with more cruel, Harpooner, 1 and a green. Reach, 3/2 for 2 mana, which is good. So Undergrowth as well. Enter the battlefield. Choose up to 1 target creature with flying you don't control. It gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. You may have it Harpooner fight that creature. I mean, a 3/2 with Reach for 2 mana is just good, really. But then you can also play it late game to kill a flying creature. It's meh. Like, it's probably a really good sideboard, I guess, against Lyra.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
If you're just playing mono green.
Yeah, against Lyra, you just need 2 creatures and then you just trade.
Yeah.
For 2 mana. It's pretty good. Next up, Might of the Masses with a way cooler picture.
Yeah.
1 green instant, target creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn for each creature you control. It's pretty sweet.
Simple as that. Instant combat trick.
Yeah. Limited, really.
Next one, Nullhide Ferox. 2 and 2 green. Hexproof, 6/6, which is nice, but you cannot cast creature spells, which is kind of weird.
Non-creature spells.
Non-creature spells, apologize. But still, very weird. But you can pay 2. The Ferox loses all abilities until end of turn. Any player may activate this ability. So if they want to kill this guy with a kill spell, they have to pay 2. If a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Ferox, put it on the battlefield instead of putting it into your graveyard. So really good against Nicobolus. When they're turn 4, you're just like, okay, well, I have a 6/6 on the field.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm still iffy about this card. I will probably win whatever Kevin says about it.
I like this card a whole lot,
yeah.
actually, because It reminds me of a Frost Titan, and if you played against a Frost Titan, I can't tell you how many times I forgot that stupid trigger. Anything that you have to, like, it doesn't blatantly, like, have it on there. Like, I mean, it does have it on there, but...
You have to pay 2 before
you'll forget it.
Yeah.
And so you're like, you'll remember it, and then you'll do something, and you'll be like, I forgot to do that. And then you can't kill it that turn.
Yeah.
And that's the turn you needed it dead, so it's just kind of like a waste. And you have to waste a whole nother turn just to deal with that one dude.
Yeah. And the fact that the power is way big, so, like... Even if you're just going to keep playing creature spells. Maybe with Gore Claw, this guy's really good too. So, because it gives it trample. I don't know. I want to use it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it'll be really sweet to use. It'll be strong because it'll be a thing you have to answer.
Yeah, it's hexproof for 6/6 for 4.
Yeah, I'll take it. Next up is Pack's Favor. 3 mana, instant convoke. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. It's kind of cool.
It's great and limited.
Yeah, great and limited. I don't really know much more about it than that.
Yeah.
The picture's cool. I enjoy seeing it when I go through Facebook and it's all animated.
Yeah,
it's
the
pretty
cute
cool.
little doggo going crazy.
Yeah.
Alright, the next one. Pause for reflection. 2 and a green. Instant. Convoke. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Another fog effect. But you can tap your dudes. And since all the 1/1s, there's a lot of Vigilant Knight tokens. So you're just like swing... Okay, tap them, prevent all combat damage on your turn. Or give them +3/+3.
Next up is a Pelt Collector, and he's a 1/1 for 1. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, if that creature's power is greater than his, put a 1/1 counter on Pelt Collector. As long as he has 3 or more counters, he gains trample. This dude's awesome.
Yeah, this guy's really so damn good.
He does everything you need it to do. In a 1/1 dude.
Yeah.
It just always gets bigger. Or like almost always. And God help you playing this dude with Mentor. You're just like, cool, great. Yeah. Dudes get bigger.
He's bigger.
Let's do this.
And then those bigger dudes are dead. Like, he's just extremely good.
He does a lot for you, man. Because it's enters play or dies. Yeah. So you just always get the trigger.
Exactly. So late game you can play it, swing out, and whatever they want to block. And the fact that it's like perfect for elves because you play this and then turn 2 you play Thorn Lieutenant and it already makes them a 2/2. This guy is extremely good.
Also, I'm proud of you Wizards for not making this dude a human because that would make the human deck in Modern way overpowered than it crazier. Is. So proud of y'all.
Yeah, and that gives it trample when it's bigger.
Yeah,
so good. All right, Portcilius Vine. I'm guessing that's
Portcullis.
Portcullis. I also thought that too. 1 defender. Plant wall 0/3. Pay 2, sacrifice a creature with defender, draw a card. They really want Arcades to be useful.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, they really do. They're trying real hard to make him useful, and I'm not really sure about it.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Next up is Prey Upon. It's one of my favorite cards ever. I don't really know why I like them, but I do. It's 1 mana, target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. It's great and limited. I like it in Standard, but I like bad cards in Standard, so we'll see.
And I enjoy that they change the art every time that deals with the actual set.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright, I do believe the next one is Siege Worm. 5 and 2 green, 5/5 Convoke, and it also has Trample. So it's just really good limited to have a 5/5 Trampler. For cheap. Real cheap.
Next up is a Sprouting Renewal. 3 mana sorcery with Convoke. Choose one. Create a 2/2 green and white elf knight with vigilance or destroy target artifact or enchantment. This card is awesome.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I've not seen this card and it's amazing.
So like it works with the token decks and it also works it has different effects too. So.
I mean it's just so good because you can naturalize or make a dude when you need to.
Yeah.
And it can be 1 mana or free.
And it's a 2/2.
It's so good.
2/2 dude with vigilance. And if you have that enchantment, it's a 4/4 angel for 30.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Urban Utopia. 1 and a green, enchantment aura, enchant land, enters the battlefield, draw a card, so that's good. And then enchant land, tap to add mana of any color. Really good mana fixing.
Yeah, great and limited. Other than that, it's not really going to be that good.
Yeah.
But great and limited.
Especially since we still have that, I'm pretty sure we still have that 3-drop that gains life.
Yeah.
And you can tap for 2 mana.
Next up is a Vigor Spore Worm. 6 mana Undergrowth for a 6/4. Whenever he enters the battlefield, target creature gains vigilance and +X/+X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard, and he can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. This dude's awesome and limited. but that's really about it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Vivid Revival, 4 and a green. Sorcery, rare. Return up to 3 target multicolored cards from the graveyard to your hand. Exiles.
It's cool in EDH.
In EDH, yeah, definitely.
It's gonna be pretty neat and limited too, but I don't. Other than that, I don't know.
It costs 5. No.
Yeah.
Just no. Even though the multicolored cards are extremely powerful, you can just play Mission Briefing if need.
Yeah. Next up is a Wary Okapi. 3 mana for a 3/2 Vigilance. It's a great limited, just solid dude.
Yeah, just a 3/2 for 3 Vigilance, done. Next one, Wild Ceratok, 3 and a green Rhino, 4/3, solid limited vanilla dude.
Yep, that's it for green.
Yep. All right, and the main reason why we're all here, the gold cards, good old multicolor. The first one is like, also, I already said this a couple times, but the art on it is the best. It's extremely awesome. Artful Takedown. 2 black and a blue. Instant. Choose one or both. Tap target creature. Target creature gets -2, -4 until end of turn. So, just literally tap your dude, kill that dude, and let's swing in for game.
Yeah. Card's awesome and limited. It's going to be pretty cool and standard.
Yeah.
It's just a good card all around.
I want this card art, like the actual art on it, on my wall.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Alright.
Alright. Next card is the MVP card of the set.
Yeah, pretty much.
So definitely need to get these in their Assassin's Trophy. It's a black-green for an instant. Destroy target permanent an opponent controls. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield, then shuffle their library. This card is insane good.
Insanely the best. Yeah. I can't believe they actually printed this.
So it just does so much for you. It's good in every format.
It's going to change every format.
Yeah, literally change all of the formats. Because it's 2 mana kill whatever you want.
Yeah.
Land, creature, enchantment, artifact, planeswalker, I don't care.
Yeah, just everything.
That thing, that table.
You get a land and don't care. Don't care if you got a land.
Yeah, and the land comes in untapped, so they can either use it or you can use it if you need to kill your own thing.
That's the balance of this card, Kevin.
Yeah, this card's just so good.
Like, you already know it's already $30 online. Like, it's just... Hopefully it'll go down so everyone could get their playset at least, but...
It's not.
It's not. Plus, after everything gets rotated and this stops getting printed, this thing's going to shoot up. Because it's going to change Modern, as long as they don't ban it. And I wonder if they're going to ban a kill card.
I don't know. They might, but that card's good.
Yeah.
Just get it.
Just get them. Don't care.
Yeah.
Just get as many as you can as fast as possible. Alright. The next one. Aurelia. Exemplar of Justice. 2, a black, and a white. Angel, legendary creature, 2/5. It has flying. It has Mentor, which of course is the Boros keyword. Okay, at the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1 target creature you control. Till end of turn, that creature gets +2/+0. If it's red, it gains trample. If it's white, it gains vigilance. So she gets +4 trample vigilance, which who knows where. It's weird that the red gives trample. I feel like it should give first strike or haste or something.
Yeah. It's what it is.
Otherwise, it would be actually extremely powerful. But after reading that last card and the other cards we're going to get into, I feel like she's very meh.
Yeah, I think she'll be okay. She'd be really cool and limited, but
like
she could be used in standard. She probably will be.
Yeah, she'll be way more powerful than the actual what she looks like. Because that's what I heard today was perfect. Like, Boros is a puzzle that you put together. And with her, with the other Boros creatures, then she's phenomenal.
Yeah. She does cost a red, white, and 2. You actually said black and white.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm waiting for Orzhov. Please give me that.
No, yeah. We all are.
Yeah.
Next up is Beacon Bolt. A blue, red, and 1 for a sorcery. Deals damage to target creature equal to the number of instances of sorceries you own in exile and in your graveyard. And it's got Jumpstart. This card is awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
It's just going to do so much for Izzet, because you're just like, kill that thing with all my enchantment, or all my instants and sorceries. Let's go.
Yeah. And it counts for Jumpstart, because it says in exile, so no matter what you do, it's just going to do a lot. It's going to kill a creature for sure.
Yeah, this card's great.
The next one, Beam Splitter Mage. 1 blue, 1 red. It's Zapata, if you don't remember that dude. 2/2. Wizard. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only Beam Splitter, if you control 1 or more other creatures, that spell can target. Choose one of those creatures, copy that spell, that copy targets the chosen creature. So basically you have a pump spell, you pump Mage, then you can copy that spell to pump another dude. Simple as that.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
He'll be cool in limited for sure. I don't know about standard, but he'll be cool in limited.
Yeah, like True Strike that's in limited, you're like, okay, this guy gets +3 in first strike. The other dude also gets +3 in first strike.
Next up is a Boros Challenger. Red and white for a 2/3 Mentor. You pay 4, he gets +1/+1.
I like him.
I like this dude a lot. He's
Yeah.
going to be badass in limited. Like, he just gets to be awesome in limited.
This is the first card that I do believe we saw, like, with Mentor, that its defense is higher than its attack, which means you can attack freely in. The other ones have 1 defense mostly, and that makes me sad.
Yeah, this dude's really sweet. He'll
Yeah.
be used a lot.
Yeah. Camaraderie. 4 green and a white. This art's kind of cool. Sorcery. So you gain X life. Draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures you control. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. So, yeah. Selesnya. You're going to have a lot of tokens. You pay 6 and draw a bunch of cards, you gain a bunch of life. Kind of reminds me of a card I super hated. And that was Sphinx's Revelation. Thank God this is not an instant.
It's still really cool. I don't know how much it's going to be used, but it's still really neat.
Maybe 1 in standard. I would put in 1 in the deck.
Yeah, I could see that. Next up is a Centaur Peacemaker. 3 mana for a 3/3. When it comes into play, each player gains 4 life.
This card's terrible. Don't put it in your deck. It's a trap. Each player gains 4 life. It doesn't even deal 4 damage. Maybe if it was a 4/3, I would give it some credit.
I still kind of like it.
It's kind of bad.
Whatever.
Next one. Chance for Glory. 1 red, white. Instant. Creatures you control gain indestructible. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of your at the beginning of the turn's end step, you lose the game. Meh.
This card's that one-hit wonder that if you're going for it, you go for it.
Yeah.
You go for the glory, man.
Maybe in limited for shenanigans, but
I don't know. I could see it in a red-white aggro deck. Like, just go in there, get there.
I mean, it works really well with the split card that we're going to get to, where you get 2 attack combat steps. Then maybe. But that's a maybe.
Yeah. Next up is a Charnel Troll. 3 mana for a 4/4 trample. Black, green, and 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile a creature from your graveyard. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on it. Otherwise, sacrifice it. Pay a black and a green, discard a card, discard a creature card, put a 1/1 counter on him. Y'all remember Lotleth Troll?
Mm-hmm.
This dude's just a little better.
Yeah.
Except that he doesn't have Regenerate, which is really the thing that made Lotleth good.
And you have to sacrifice this guy otherwise if you don't have a creature in your graveyard. But, you know, that's what Seville and, like, all these other cards are for.
Yeah, I mean, black-green's all about creatures in the yard, so you're going to have them there. And this card's just amazing.
Like,
3 mana, 4/4 tramples. I'll take it.
Turn 4, you literally pay 2 on the trigger on the stack. You discard a Llanowar Elf or whatever. Then you exile it with the trigger, so it's a 5/5. With the trigger of paying, you know, a black and a green discard, it gets a 1/1 counter then. Exile a creature card, it's a 1/1 counter. So on turn 4, you're swinging for 6 trample.
Yeah, this dude's real good.
Or even with Llanowar Elf, turn 3, you're swinging for 6 trample. If they cannot kill this guy, you just run away with the game with him.
Yep, pretty much. He's good in limited. He's good in standard. He's just good.
He's just really good. Also, great card coming up. Conclave Cavalier. 2 green, 2 white. 4/4. Vigilance. When it dies, create 2 2/2 green, white Elf Knight creature tokens with Vigilance. Super good, I think.
Yeah, no, I like this card a lot. It's got a lot of flavor. It does exactly what Selesnya wants to do, which is just keep dudes in play. And it's just a good little card.
It's like a limited bomb almost for an uncommon.
Yeah.
So 4/4 Vigilance for 4. Okay, now it creates 2 other dudes when it dies. Like, it replaces itself.
I mean, I see this still being played in actual standard just because it's good for what it does, man.
Yeah.
It's like Loxodon Hierarch, good. That dude was 4 mana, 4/4, and he was amazing.
Or a slightly weird. I can't even think about the worm now. Death Touch, lifelink worm that makes little
Worm Coil Engine?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not that good, but it's the same.
It's still pretty cool. Next up is a Conclave Guild Mage. White green for a 2/2. Pay a green. Creatures you control gain trample. Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Pay a white and 5. Create a 2/2 white elf knight with vigilance. That seems a bit overpriced for that.
Agreed. There's only one guild mage I like in this set. It's the blue-black one. The fact that you can give a creature trample, that's good for limited.
Give all your creatures trample. Oh, creatures you control.
That's really good for 1 green.
Yeah, I was like, this dude's hot.
That dude's pretty hot for limited. I like it. The next one, Crackling Drake. 2 blue, 2 red, Flying Drake. It's star 4. Its power is equal total number of instants and sorcery cards you own in exile and in your graveyard. And when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. It's really powerful.
I like that dude a lot.
It's Enigma Drake plus upside for 1 more mana. It's really good.
Yeah, he's good in limited. He'll be good in jumpstart. He's just good.
Yeah, I can see him in standard play with the right deck.
Next up is a Darkblade Agent. 3 mana for a 2/3, blue, black, and 1. As long as you've surveilled this turn, he gains Death Touch, and whenever this card deals damage to a player, you draw a card.
This card is good. And I love the blue-black art in all the blue-black cards. It's insanely awesome.
It's cool. It's not my mechanic, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like him, but it's not like...
It's the fact that if you surveil, you don't want them... It prevents them from maybe wanting to block or not. And then you draw a card. Like, you don't even discard or loot. You just literally draw. Alright. Deafening Clarion. 1 red, white, sorcery. Choose 1 or both. Deals 3 damage to each creature, so little mini board wipe. Creatures you control gain lifelink until end of turn.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's good for late game if you just want to swing in and gain a bunch of life. Or early game, you kill all their smaller dudes. So good. I like it.
Yeah, definitely good limited card. Probably going to be good in standard.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it deals 3 to each creature, so that kills a lot of the aggro decks. Next up is a Dimir Spybug. Blue-black for a 1/1 flyer with Menace. And whenever you surveil, put a 1/1 counter on him.
This guy's super good.
Yeah, he's going to be good in standard and limited, for sure.
Agreed. Disinformation Campaign. 1 blue and black. Enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and your opponent discards a card. Or each opponent. Whenever you surveil, put it back to your hand. I enjoy this card a lot, actually. It's just, I don't know. It gives you hand advantage, like, constantly.
It does, but at such a cost.
It's such a cost.
Lord, it's such a big cost.
But it's a cost I'm willing to pay.
I'll let you do that, because I don't like that card that much at all. But I'm going to let you do you.
Thanks.
And you can play that card.
I will. I will find a way to bust that card open.
Do it. Next up is Imara, Soul of the Accord. A green and a white for a 2/2. Whenever she's tapped, create a 1/1 white soldier token with lifelink.
And with Convoke in play, she's amazing.
Yeah, this card is silly good for green-white, because you just get to make dudes all the time.
Yeah. You attack with her, you get a 1/1, or you tap her for Convoke, you get a 1/1. Thanks. Alright. Ertwile Trooper. 1 black-green. Discard a creature card. It gets +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. Activate this ability only once per turn. So for 3 mana, it's a 4/4 trampler. Good and limited.
Yeah. That's really about it.
Alright.
Next up is Edrada the Silencer. Blue, black, and 2 for a 3/5. It can't be blocked. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile target creature that player controls and put a hit counter on that card. That player loses the game if they own 3 or more exiled cards with hit counters on them, and she shuffles into their owner's library. So essentially, each time you hit a player, she shuffles back in.
Yep.
You gotta play it again and hit again to do it again. And once you've done it 3 times, they lose the game.
Yep. On the surface, extremely bad. 3/5, it takes too long to do this. But with us talking about it and discovering with Helm of the Host, it just wins you the game.
Yeah, it's pretty silly with Helm of the Host.
Because it makes a copy. With that token, you shuffle it in your library, it disappears, but you still have the main one, which is insane. Alright, the next one. This card, I forgot about it after they showed up, but it's amazing. Firemine's Research. A blue and a red. Almost said it again. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a charge counter on the research. 1 and blue, remove 2 charge counters from the research, draw a card. 1 and a red, remove 5 charge counters from the research. It deals 5 damage to any target. This card is insane, and it's extremely good. And I think it's going to be used in Standard for sure.
It definitely will be. That card is pretty good. It does a lot.
Yeah. For Izzet, they're going to be drawing cards and burning things. And the fact that it allows you to do more just by playing cards you're going to play anyway, is really good.
Next up is a Garrison Sergeant. He's red, white, and 3 for a 3/3. And he has double strike as long as you control a gate.
This guy's terrible.
Yeah, he's pretty bad in general. Just bad in general.
It's 5 mana for 3/3 most of the time. It's just really, really bad. Alright, the next one. Glowspore Shaman. Black and a green. It's a 3/1. Enters the battlefield, put the top 3 cards of your library in your graveyard. You may put a land card from your graveyard on top of your library. If you play it turn 2, amazing, because it gets you your turn 3 play for the troll if you wanted. And it feeds them too with creatures in the graveyard.
Yeah, I like this card a lot just because it does a lot for you for the Golgari stuff. It helps fuel your deck for undergrowth and all that fun stuff. And it's going to make a lot of more waves in other formats. To me, it feels like a 1 more mana Stitcher supplier. It's not nearly as strong as that thing in other formats, but it's still really good.
It's just that it puts you back a turn.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Next up is a Goblin Electromancer. Red-blue for a 2/2. Instants and sorceries you cast cost 1 less. Great reprint.
Yeah.
Limited and standard bomb.
It
pretty
needs
much.
to, yeah. The next one. Golgari Fine Broker. 2 black, 2 green. When it enters the battlefield, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. 3/4. It's probably the weakest of the 4 color ones.
Yeah, it's cool. It'll be cool and limited. I mean, it's decent statted, but it's not like amazing.
Pretty much. And it's target permanent, so if they destroyed one of your enchantments in limited, you can get it back and they won't be able to probably do it again.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nothing like spectacular, but we'll see. Next up is the Hammer Dropper. So a red, white, and 2 for a 5/2. He has Mentor.
Yep.
This is a neat limited card. That's really it, though.
Pretty much. And the fact that it's what I was talking about earlier, 2 defense. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
It's sad. Like I said, the next one, House Guildmage, my favorite one. Blue-black. 1 in blue, tap. Target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Amazing. It's very limited, powerful, definitely. 2 in black, tap, Surveil 2. That's just fantastic.
Yeah, I'll take it all day.
Yeah.
Don't untap or Surveil all day.
That big dude, just don't untap him. At all. Ever, any turn. I'm going to spend 2 mana to do it. Or I dig 2 every time.
Yeah, it's super good.
It's just really good.
Next up is an awesome just card in general. I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Hypothesizzle. So a red, blue, and 3. An instant. Draw 2 cards, then you may discard a non-land card. When you do, this deals 4 damage to target creature.
Great limited card.
Yeah, great limited card. The artwork is everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what's happening, but I like it.
I love it. Ionize. 1 blue, red. Instant rare. Counter target spell. Deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. Beautiful. Gonna be used.
Yeah, card's gonna be used everywhere.
In standard,
it's
limited.
So good.
I would use unlimited. Deals 2 damage.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a great counterspell.
And guess what? With mission briefing, you get to do it again. Deal another 2 damage.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Next up is Izoni Thousand-Eyed for 2 black, 2 green, and 2 for a 2/3 legendary creature Elf Shaman. Undergrowth comes in the battlefield. Create a 1/1 black and green insect for each creature in your graveyard. You can pay a black and green, sack another creature, you gain life and draw a card. I like this card. We play differently. Yep. I like this card a lot. It's not like crazy broken because it's a 2/3, but it gives you a lot of value for 6 mana.
Hopefully, if you have stuff in the
If you're playing Undergrowth, you're gonna have value.
I hope so.
You're already playing the other cards.
It's just
you're crazy.
The 6 mana throws me off. It needs to be a 4-drop, I think.
All right, whatever.
Ugh, gross. Anyways, that hurts my stomach seeing that card. Alright, next one. Join shields. Remember heroic intervention? No one used it? Well, now it's a 5-drop instead of a 2-drop. Boo. 3 green white instant. Untap all creatures you control. They gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn.
Hey, it's your card?
Limited. I'm not even happy about it. It costs too much.
It's still your card?
It's still limited.
Alright, that's fair.
Next.
Next up is Justice Strike. Red and a white instant. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. This card is going to be used in Standard, going to be used in Limited. It's just a good card.
Yeah.
Because it makes a Galta kill itself.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's cute Galta. It's dying.
It's dead. That 6/6 flying demon, it's dead. Lyra, gain 5. I don't care. It's dead.
Yeah.
Like, Boros needed this card to, like, be equal to the others.
Yeah.
Guilds.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Alright. Also fantastic. Knight of Autumn. 1 green white. Dryad Knight. 2/1. Enters the battlefield. Choose one. Make it a 4/3. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, or you gain 4 life. It's like a sideboard card wrapped up in a standard normal deck card.
Yeah, I would play this in the main board. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah, that's
so
what I'm
much
saying.
value.
Like, all the sideboard stuff you put in the main board with this creature.
Yeah, it's just value town for 3 mana.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Like, even turn 1, elf, turn 2, I have a 4/3.
I mean, hell, the Jade Light Ranger is a 4/3 for 3, and this is just a little bit better.
And that's maybe. You actually get to choose this time.
Yeah. Next up is Lazav, the Multifarious. So blue and black for a 1/3. He enters the battlefield, you surveil 1.
Good.
And then you pay X, and he becomes a copy of target creature card in your graveyard where X, with converted mana cost X. Except its name is Lazav. It's legendary in addition to its other types and has this ability.
I love this card.
Yeah, this dude is the first time they've made a Lazav really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
He does so much good stuff for you.
It's not... He's only not one Farius, but he's multifarious.
Yeah, yeah.
I think... I don't know. He's just so silly, he's good.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of good places to be in this deck, in this format. Because he just makes copies of himself. Well, he doesn't make like copies of himself, but he can just be like, I want to be that creature.
And you could do it at the end of their turn, so if like you're holding up counter magic and they don't play anything, you're just like, okay, my dude's a Spectre. Or my dude's a Flying Demon. Or, you know. And technically it like gives that creature haste for that mana. So like you dump a, let's say, big demon down. On turn silly. 5, you pay 5 instead of casting a creature. It becomes that creature, and you swing. Like, I don't know. I think it's really good.
Yeah, that's pretty silly.
Yeah. I really like the art on this one. League Guild Mage, blue and a red. I thought she was actually going to be someone like super important in the story, but it's 2/2, 3 and a blue, tap, draw a card. It's good for limited. And then X and red, tap. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control with converted mana cost X. You may choose new targets for the copy. Very mana intensive, very tiring.
Yeah. She'll be cool. Nothing really better than limited.
Limited or the EDH commander.
Maybe, but even then she costs a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up is a Ledev champion. Green, white, and 1 for a 2/2. When he attacks, you may tap any number of untapped creatures you control. He gets +1/+1 each creature tapped this way.
Yeah.
Pay 5, create a 1/1 soldier with lifelink. This dude's awesome.
Yeah. And he's a limited bomb.
Limited bomb, yeah.
Yeah. Because late game, you're just, okay, 5. I put out a dude. And each of these dudes, you can like, okay, I'm going to swing now. And then tap all the dudes to make them huge.
Yeah, I mean, the keyword I think is exalted. Right?
Yeah, but like even better exalted kind of.
Yeah, because it's just weirdly. A convoke. It's so good because you get to do so much because like we said, all the other little convoke dudes have tap abilities, or when they become tapped, special things happen.
Yeah, I'm trying to mix the two words exalted and convoke together. It does not sound good in my head.
Yeah.
All right, the next one. Legion Guildmage. He's horrible. Red, white, 2/2. Pay 6 and tap to deal 3 damage to each opponent. Or you can pay 3 and tap to tap another target creature. Whatever.
Yeah, that dude's pretty bad.
He's bad. He's just so bad.
Next up is March of the Multitudes. Green, white, and X. Convoke. Create X 1/1 white soldiers with lifelink. This card is awesome for Celestia. I mean, it's Secure the Waste.
It's Secure the Waste. Yeah, it's Secure the Waste, but those dudes have lifelink now.
Yeah.
And you can convoke.
You just make him so... You get to make
so
so many
good.
dudes.
It's so good.
And God help you have that enchantment in play, because then you make 4/4 angels,
Yeah.
and you're just like, all the dudes.
Instant speed make 4/4 angels.
Yeah, thanks.
God. Alright, next one. Mnemonic Betrayal. 1 blue, black, sorcery. This card's really weird. Exile all cards from all... Okay, exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. You may cast those cards this turn. You can spend mana as though it were any mana of any type to cast those spells. At the beginning of the next end step, if any of those cards remain exiled, return them to the owner's graveyards. Exile this card. EDH, like exemplar EDH card. That's all this was made for. You can't do anything in standard with this.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's weird. It's literally grab your foils and play it in EDH. That's all it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Next up is a Molder Hulk. It's 9 mana, black, green, and 7 for 6/6 Undergrowth. He costs 1 less for each creature card in your graveyard. And when he enters the battlefield, return target land from your graveyard to your battlefield.
I don't understand this card.
It wants to be cool, but I just don't see it right now.
No.
I don't feel like it's good.
There's
I
not
want it to be
enough special lands to care about. Getting a land for paying
a bajillion.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah.
This one, Night-Veil Predator, 2 blue, 2 black, vampire, flying death touch for 3/3. It has hexproof. I like this card a lot.
That dude's awesome.
Yeah, the dude's really good.
Yeah, I'll take him all day.
I would want to try to play him in standard too as well.
Yeah, real good limited, real good standard.
Yeah.
Next up, Niv-Mizzet the Parun, 3 blue and 3 red. 5/5. This spell can't be countered. He's got flying. When you draw a card, he deals damage to any target.
Yep.
And whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery, you draw a card.
So, yeah, I like him. I think he can do good.
Yeah, he's very similar to the old Niv-Mizzet, like the original one, but he just does a little bit better.
Yeah. He can't machine gun things too well. But it's just whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery card, you draw a card. So you in them. So it's just really good. It evens out.
Yeah,
that
I
way.
mean, I guess if you could still put a curiosity and still win the game. So I mean, he's still kind of got that going for him.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, next one. Notion Rain, 1 blue and black, surveil 2, then draw 2 cards. Notion Rain deals 2 damage to you. Sounds simple enough. Good. It can be good standard. It depends.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just want the Matrix in Magic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the artwork looks like.
Right.
It's crazy.
But good and limited. It's just a good draw spell.
Yeah. Next up is an Ocarina Assassin, black, green, and 1 for a 1/1 death touch with lure. All creatures able to block have to.
I love this card.
Card's pretty sweet.
Yeah. If you're playing at mid-range, this card is a definite must. Like it stops them from attacking because it has death touch. And they know when you swing with it, they're going to have to lose their best dude. And then all your other big dudes like get in. I really like this card a lot.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Definitely limited, definitely standard probably.
I would use it in standard for sure.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see. Oh, sorry. Rel, is it Viceroy? 3 blue, red. 5 mana Planeswalker. Now look at the +1. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them in your hand and the other one in your graveyard, which is kind of weird for, I guess, because of Jumpstart. There we go. -3. He deals damage to target creature equal to the number of instants and sorcery cards you own in exile and graveyard. So it works with Jumpstart. -8. You get Emblem. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target. You draw 2 cards. Kevin, does it beat Teferi?
Potentially.
I don't think it does.
I mean, it's still really good. You're just comparing it to one thing.
One thing that's also a 5 mana Planeswalker with
but the deck that plays this is not going to play Teferi.
No, but
so you're trying to compare it and you can't.
I feel like it just loses to Teferi.
I'm not saying it doesn't,
I know, but I don't know, guys.
You can't compare this to Teferi. Teferi's better in the long run.
Just straight up.
But this dude is still amazing for what he does. If you play him in the right deck, this dude's going to be fantastic. He's going to do a lot for you. You get to draw a lot of cards. You get to do all kinds of things.
I wish the -3 attacked another Planeswalker as well. Just Planeswalker creature. It doesn't have to hit player.
Yeah.
But it would make him almost worth it.
I think he's worth it. I think that dude's super good.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I hope people prove me wrong.
Well, when we prove you wrong, I'll let you know.
Well,
Promise.
thanks.
You're welcome. Next up is a Rhizome Lurcher. Black, green, and 2 for a 2/2 with Undergrowth. He gets a 1/1 counter equals the number of creature cards in your graveyard.
This guy's good.
Yeah, I like this dude a lot. He's a bomb in limited.
Oh, yeah.
And he'll be pretty cool in standard. And the artwork's like a crazy, like, put together deer. It's weird.
Like, yeah, deer monster with several arms and, yeah, really crazy. Alright, Rosemane Centaur. 3 green and white. 4/4 vigilance with Convoke. Simple limited.
Yeah, great limited card. Next up is a Skylight Legionnaire. Red, white, and 1 for 2/2 flying haste. Great limited reprint.
Yep.
Because he was in the original Ravnica and he's still great.
And everyone loved him.
Yeah.
Next one, Sonic Assault. 1 blue, red. Tap target creature. Assault deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. Jumpstart. I like it.
Yeah, this card is awesome and limited. Gonna be great in standard, I think.
I feel like it can be used in standard just because it deals damage too. Like, I mean, don't take damage, you take 2. Thanks.
Yeah, that's what makes it good, because you're just like, stop what you're doing,
Yeah.
take 2. Thanks. So good.
Next turn, I'll maybe do it again.
Yeah. Next up is Sumala Woodshaper. Green, white, and 2 for a 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 of your deck. You may reveal a creature or enchantment from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom and in random order. Pretty cool.
And the art's really good. I feel it's a little bit lackluster.
Yeah, it's nothing like crazy, but it'd be cool and limited.
Yeah. The next one, Swarm Guild Mage. He has Butterfly Hat, black and green, 2/2. You pay 5 for black tap. Creatures you control get +1 and gain menace until end of turn. That's a game-winning ability for limited. And then tap 1 green, 1. You gain 2 life.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best limited guild mages.
Yeah.
Just because, like you said, you dudes get +1/+0 and menace.
Yeah.
Awesome. Winning the game.
Oh, yeah.
Next up is the Swath Cutter Giant. Red, white, and 4 for a 5/5 vigilance. When it attacks, it deals 1 damage to each creature defending player controls. This dude's fantastic and limited. That's really about where I think he'll be.
Agreed.
But that's really it.
Good old... Yeah, I agree. Next one, Swiftblade Vindicator. Red, white, 1/1, double strike, vigilance, trample. This is the one I was talking about with Aurelia. This card's really good. With Mentor, he gets bigger really quick, and he has double strike and vigilance.
This card is insane with Mentor. You're just like, play this turn 2 and then just swing to make things cool.
Yeah, and he's extremely good with the next card actually too.
Yeah. Next up is Tajik, Legion's Edge. Red, white, and 1 for a 3/2 haste with Mentor. Prevent all non-combat damage that will be dealt to other creatures you control. Pay a red and a white, he gains first strike till the end of turn.
This guy's good.
Yeah, this dude is fantastic. So you definitely need to pick this guy up, because he's going to do a lot for you.
Yeah. Because turn 3, you can play him, swing with Swiftblade and this guy, put a counter on Swiftblade, and then you're just swinging for, what, 7 damage? Turn 3?
Yeah. Yeah, this dude's fantastic. And also, he'd be fantastic in Modern because he's a human. So humans get to be way better now because you can't kill Mantis Riders. Because it prevents all damage to other dudes.
It stops your other dudes from getting bolted.
Yeah. It's so good.
This guy
dude is just fantastic. Insane. Pick him up. Definitely a great card.
I agree. And yeah, he's just super great. One of my favorite cards of the set, Thief of Sanity. 1 blue, black, 2/2 flying specter. When he deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of that player's library, exile 1 of them face down, put the rest of them in their graveyard. For as long as the card remains exiled, you may look at it, you may cast it with any mana of any choice. So it's like a flying Gaunty, like constantly. Sure, you don't get straight up value when you play it immediately, but it's still a 2/2 flyer that does it every time. And the same rules applies with this, with Gaunty, even if this card gets killed, then you still keep it.
Yeah, dude's really, really strong.
Dude's extremely strong. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he'll be good in limited. He'll be good in standard.
Oh yeah.
Definitely use him.
Oh yeah.
Next up is Thought Erasure. Blue and a black sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. They discard that card. Surveil 1. This card is awesome in limited.
I think it's great in standard.
Yeah, it's going to be even better in standard just because it does a lot for you.
Yeah.
Because you get to look at their hand, know the knowledge of that, and then remove a card, and they can't stop you.
And the fact that it's non-land, so everything else, exactly what you need to get rid of, and you get to scry, basically. You get to Seville. Alright, the next blatantly EDH card, Thousand Year Storm. 4 blue, red. Enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant and sorcery spell you've casted before it this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies. It's just an amazing EDH.
Yeah, just I'm gonna play lots of spells and I'm gonna do it real well. I like it.
Like, if you can maybe do wizards in standard with this card, then you're just like Wizards Lightning and then Opt and then like Mission Briefing.
It'd be silly.
But
yeah, it'd be real silly.
Yeah, it would be a silly standard deck.
Next up is Tristani Discordant. Green, white, and 3 for 1/4. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white soldiers with lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own.
Which is silly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the idea of it. It's really good and limited because it's 5 mana, a Glorious Anthem, and make 2 dudes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But overall, I think it's kind of weak.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's not my favorite, but it's pretty sweet.
Yep. Next one, True Fire Captain. 2 red, 2 white. Mentor 4/3. Whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target player. So it's like a Boros Reckoner, kind of. Like they're trying to make it better. And it has 4/3 Mentor. I think it's really good and limited.
Card's fantastic in limited.
Yeah. Maybe even good in standard. Who knows?
Yeah, he could be. He could be, for
if
sure.
you don't have Aurelia, put this in its place.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Next up is Undercity Uprising. Black, green, and 2. Creatures you control gain Death Touch until the end of turn. Then target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. It costs a lot for what it does. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really kind of good and limited. I want it to be better, but I just don't think it's going to be.
See, all the green-white spells with all the dudes like together are rares. This one's a common, and the art is so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's attached to this sad little card.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was better.
Yep.
Alright, next one. Underrealm Lich. 3 black, green. Zombie Elf Shaman. It's a 4/3. If you would draw a card, so anytime you would draw a card, instead look at the top 3 cards of your library, and then put 1 into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. It's amazing. Pay 4 life, it gains indestructible, and in turn, tap it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
This guy is so fantastic. And I learned today, actually before this, that the replacement effect does not cause you to mill out. So you cannot lose by drawing a card if you don't have a library.
Huh.
Like, I went through the rulings and the judges, that's what I was saying. And since it's a replacement effect, you don't actually draw a card. You just look at it and then you put a card in your hand. So therefore the technicality is you don't lose the game.
Huh. That's neat.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I want to play with this card so bad.
Definitely standard playable.
Yeah. Limited bomb.
Yeah, just great. Next up is Unmoored Ego. Blue, black, and 1 for a sorcery. Choose a card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles their library, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way.
And something like this needed to be put because the other 2 are rotated out. Dispossess and Lost Legacy. Both gone. And this literally puts them both together.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how well it's going to do, but it's cool. It's not really good in limited. It'll be cool in standard.
Yeah, standard sideboard for sure.
Yeah.
And, caveat, it says card name. You can name anything. You can name a basic land. You can name a non-basic land. So if you're like Dark Depths and you're just like, oh, get all 4 of those out. So yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Because that's why it says up to 4 cards. So hence you can say, I'll get 4 planes out of your deck for some stupid reason. But it can still happen.
I mean, you can.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let you do the next one. It's
All right.
your B.
Alright, so the next up is Vraska, the Golgari Queen. Black, green, and 2 for a 4/4. She's a Planeswalker. She +2s. You may sacrifice another permanent. If you do, you gain a life and you draw a card. Cool. -3, destroy a target non-land permanent with current mana cost 3 or less. Or -9, you get an emblem with whenever a creature you control deals damage to a player, that player loses the game. I like her a lot for how little she costs. Because she has the ability to protect herself by killing a thing. It's not like super strong, but to me, I like her a lot. I think she's gonna be really good. I think she's great in limited. She's gonna take some finagling to do in standard.
Yeah.
But I think once you figure it out, she'll be really strong.
I almost think if you do Abzan tokens, she would be better in that.
Yeah.
Because you'll be able to sacrifice everything to draw a card and such.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Next one. We Dragonauts. Good old reprint. 1 blue-red. Fairy Wizard. Flying. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, We Dragonauts gets +2 and +0 until end of turn. It's a 1/3. Extremely powerful.
Yeah. You're gonna get one shot by this at some point in time.
Exactly.
It's super fun to just see.
Especially with all the jumpstart cards now.
Yeah.
Just like cast it, jumpstart, cast it again, draw cards, take 5 to 10 damage.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Next up is a World Soul Colossus. Green, white, and X. Convoke. He comes in with X counters on it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a 0/0.
Simple as that.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
He's not like amazing, but he's not terrible.
He's great late game and limited.
He'll be a cool bomb.
Yeah.
In limited, that's really where he's at.
Next one, Fresh Face Recruit. One in actually the hybrid mana of red white. The first one we see. It's a 2/1. As long as it's your turn, it gets first strike. So just a first strike piker on your turn. Not too bad.
I'll let you do the next one.
Yeah. Piston Fist Cyclops. 1 hybrid mana of blue-red. Defender 4/3. As long as you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, it loses Defender. Pretty much. So it's just a cute little flying mechanical thing.
Yeah, I like it. It's super mad.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. Next up is a Pitiless Gorgon. It's got black-green hybrid, and 1 for a 2/2 Death Touch. It's just a good little 2/2 dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great and limited. I don't really see it getting used otherwise, but it's really cool.
But yeah, not too bad and limited. It almost looks like she's underground, but she's not at the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Alright. Bernati Shieldmate. 1 in hybrid of green-white. Vigilance 2/2. I really like the art, and I really like this card for some reason. Don't know why.
Be pretty good.
It looks solid.
Yeah, definitely.
So solid limited, definitely.
Next up is a Whisper Agent. So black-blue hybrid, and 1 for a 3/2 flash. Comes into play, you surveil 1.
Limited filler.
Yeah, limited.
I mean,
he could be good in standard, but he's kind of.
Yeah.
We'll see.
For 3 mana, I'd rather play a Spectre.
But yeah, we'll definitely see.
We'll definitely see. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the split cards. So we're going to do some weird things. How about this, guys? Done. Assurance and Association. It is
an instant.
What? Oh, yeah. It's different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an instant. It's +1/+1. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains indestructible until end turn. Is assure for green white. And a symbol is green white and 4. An instant. Create 3 2/2 green and white elf knight tokens with vigilance.
Yeah.
That dude's pretty sweet.
I like him.
Card's pretty rad.
And since the second one is instant speed, like unlimited, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, the card's gonna be real good in limited.
Alright. Connive. 2, and then a hybrid black-blue of 2. Gain control of target creature with power 2 or less. I kind of like that. Concoct. The best one. Concoct. It's a 3, blue, black, sorcery. Surveil 3. Then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I think it's super powerful.
That card is insanely good.
The card is also insanely good.
Good lord, that card's good.
Like, you want to play Reanimator? Cool. This card will super help you out doing it.
Yeah. Alright, next up is Discovery and Dispersal. So Discovery is blue-black hybrid, surveil 2, then draw a card as a sorcery. Cool. And the Dispersal is blue-black and 3, instant. Each opponent returns a non-land permanent they control with the highest convert mana cost among permanents they control to its owner's hand, then discards a card.
Good and limited.
Yeah, good and limited. I think Discovery is way better, but...
Yeah, agreed.
It's pretty cool.
The next one, Expansion Explosion. With the expansion, it's a hybrid blue-red mana, 2 of those. Instant. Copy target instant. Sorcery spell with confirmed mana cost 4 or less. You may choose a new target for that copy. Meh. Explosion. X. Blue, red. Explosion deals X damage to any target, and target player draws X card, which can be extremely good. It might be actually used in standard, but we'll see. Definitely in EDH.
I'm assuming with expansion you can't copy itself, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Because you can't cast them both at the same time.
Alright.
Unless you had 2 of them.
Because I was like, I mean, you could just be like...
Right?
Next up is Find and Finality. Find is black-green hybrid for return up to 2 creature cards from a graveyard to your hand. It's cool.
Yeah.
Double raise dead. I can take it. And then Finality is black-green at 4. You may put 2/1 counters on a creature you control, then all creatures get -4/-4 till the end of turn.
I feel like the uncommon one is way better than this one.
It's very weird. I don't know. We'll have to see what it does. It'll be really cool and limited.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't know.
Agreed. This one, I think, is super powerful. Flower. A hybrid of green or white. Sorcery. Search your library for a basic forest or plains card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. Literally, it's white ramp. Like, if you're just doing Boros, then you'd be like, I'll ramp up to a card.
Yeah.
And Flourish. 4 green, white. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. It's a ramp spell that makes it where if you ramp up enough, then you might as well use all your land.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Next up is Integrity Intervention. Integrity is a red-white hybrid. Target creature gets +2/+2 as an instant. And then Intervention is red, white, and 2. In an instant, deal 3 to any target, you gain 3 life.
Yeah.
So it's a 4-mana Lightning Helix, kind of meh.
Or early game
Plus,
pump spell, pretty much.
It's pretty sweet on that, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's meh, maybe limited. Invert and Invent. Invert. One hybrid mana, blue-red. Instant. Switch the power and toughness of each up to 2 target creatures. It is eroded, so it says until end of turn. It's supposed to say that later. Invent. 4 red, blue, instant. Search your library for instant card and or sorcery card. Reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle your library. So,
it's a good setup card. I don't know much more than that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure of how many like 0 X's are there, you know, to be able to kill something.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what it does.
See.
Next up is Response and Resurgence. Response is red-white hybrid for an instant. Deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature.
Super good.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Resurgence is red, white, and 3. Creatures you control gain first strike and vigilance until the end of turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase.
I don't know why there's a 3rd main phase, but I think this card's super strong. Like, overall. Like, the fact that first strike and vigilance, that's cool. And then you're just like, pow, pow.
Yeah.
With Mentor being a thing in Boros, I really enjoy this card a lot.
Yeah, this definitely is going to be a standard scene card, regardless of whatever else it does, just because Response is just a good card.
Yeah, it kills Lyra. That's all you need to know right now.
Yeah.
Alright, the next one, which I think is better, is Status and Statue. It's a 1 hybrid of green-black mana instant. Target creature gets +1/+1, gains death touching in a turn. Pretty cool. Statue. 2 black-green. Instant. Destroy target artifact, creature, or enchantment.
It's pretty neat.
Pretty neat. Pretty good combat trick for limited for sure.
Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I like those a lot, actually.
Damn.
And that's it for the multicolored cards, guys.
Yep. Now with that, we'll go into the good old artifacts. We're just going to do all the lockets together. So the lockets are pretty much exactly the same. They cost 3. They're a mana rock, so they tap for their respective colors. So Boros taps for red or white. They each have hybrid mana of 4. So red, white, hybrid. Tap, sacrifice the locket, draw 2 cards. It's really good and limited for anything you need.
Yeah, that's really about what they're going to do, is being limited cool. But because they cost too much to do anything in standard, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that in limited, in red white, you can draw 2 cards, like, yes, please, thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Next up is a Chamber Sentry. He's X mana for a 0/0. And you comes into play with a 1/1 counter for each color of mana spent to cast him. So up to 5.
Yep.
You can pay X, remove X 1/1 counters from him. He deals X damage to any creature or any target. And you pay 1 of each color, return him from your graveyard to your hand.
It's like there's like, oh, Walking Bliss was a little strong. Let's kind of nerf it to make him cool. I don't know about this guy yet.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he can do. He's still pretty good. He's not Walking Ballista good, but he's still really pretty good.
I think if you have him unlimited with a Boros deck because of Mentor, I think that's how you go with it.
Yeah.
Because turn 2, you can make him a 2/2, and then you can Mentor him up.
Yeah, that's pretty silly. I like that.
Yep. The next one, Chromatic Lantern, a good old reprint. 3-drop artifact. It's a mana rock, but lands you control can tap to add 1 mana of any color, which is super good.
Yeah, card's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And the Gatekeeper, yes.
Yeah, next up is Gatekeeper Gargoyle for 6 mana for a 3/3 flyer. He enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each gate you control. It's due to be cool and limited, because that's where you'll have gates, because you have to. And that's really about it. Otherwise, this dude's pretty bad.
Pretty super bad, yeah. Next one, Glaive of the Guild Pack. 2-drop equipment. Equipped creature gets +1 for each gate you control, so maybe you'll have that. But it has Vigilance and Menace, equip 3. Just for the Vigilance and Menace alone, for limited, might be pretty worth it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Nothing crazy. Next up is a Rampaging Monument. 4 mana for a Trample XX dude.
It's a cleric, by the way. Just
yeah, it's weird. He comes into play with 3 1/1 counters on it, and whenever you cast a multicolored spell, put a 1/1 counter on him. This dude's gonna be awesome and limited, just because he does a lot for you, and the multicolored cards are amazing.
Yep. He just costs too much for standard.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely limited. He can be really powerful. And the next one, Silent Dart. 1-drop artifact. Pay 4, sacrifice Silent Dart. It deals 3 damage to target creature. Meh. A filler card. If you need it.
Yeah, definitely filler card and limited. Next up is Wand of the Vertebrae. 1 mana artifact. Tap, put the top card of your library into your graveyard. Exile it, shuffle up to 5 target cards from your graveyard into your library. This card is not that good, I don't think.
Not at all. I don't think it's good at all.
I think there's better ways to do things about putting stuff in your graveyard. I mean,
like Surveil.
Surveil. Right now, there's a 1/1 for 1 that puts 3 cards in your graveyard.
Yeah,
it's just good.
It's just
that's better than this card.
That artifact is bad. I feel like they ran out of ideas of what to put in. They're like, yeah, we need to make an even number. Go.
Yeah.
All right, and now for the lands, we have the Guild Gates, of course. Boros, Dimir, Golgari, Selesnya, and Izzet. There's 2 arts for each Guild Gate, which is really cool. And I guess the other special one is the Gateway Plaza. So it enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you pay 1, and then it taps to add 1 mana of any color, which is really nice.
And it is a gate as well.
Yeah, it is a gate as well.
So it can be searched up with the cards that do that, or it helps out, yada yada.
Yeah. There's already a land that does this, but I can't remember the name, but it's a gate this time.
Yeah. Next up is Guildmage's Forum. It's just a non-basic land, adds a colorless. You can pay 1, tap, add mana of any color. If that mana is spent on a multicolored creature, that creature comes with an additional 1/1 counter on it. That card's awesome and limited.
Yeah.
So good and limited.
Oh yeah. And maybe can be used in standard.
Yeah, I could see it, but
I'd say like since it's 1 in tap, you can do it with Selesnya, or because of Convoke, you don't need to spend as much mana, or Boros because everything costs cheap.
Yeah.
That's about it. Alright, and now of course the shock lands. Everyone loves them. We have Overgrown Tomb, the black and green. It's a swamp forest. Enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 life to make it untapped when it comes in the field.
And then Sacred Foundry, Mountain and Plains. It adds a red and a white.
Yep.
Does the same thing. You take 2 or it comes in tapped.
Next one, Steam Vents. I don't like the art of this. There's no steam or vents. But it's an Island Mountain. Same thing for that.
Temple Garden is a Forest Plains. It adds a green and a white. Same idea.
Yep.
The art's pretty sweet on that one.
Yeah. And the last one, Watery Grave. It's for an island swamp for, you know, black and a blue shockland.
Good old shocklands are back. So excited.
Yep, and since everybody land is in standard right now, we will rejoice.
Right?
Especially if they print shocklands in again.
Yeah. So excited for shocklands.
Whew. Well, Kevin, thanks for joining me on that ride. It was pretty long. For whoever watched all of it, thank you very much for doing so. Hopefully you enjoyed our banter and our decisions on the cards and everything. Hopefully we opened your mind on some certain ones. There wasn't really any like crazy weird ones that we thought about.
Yeah, nothing like super standing amazing, except for like the few cards we talked about, like Assassin's Trophy.
Yeah, that's just insane. Yeah. But with that, to enter into the whole tournament, not a tournament, but the
giveaway.
The giveaway, thank you. I was going to say competition as well. Down below will be a link, and you go ahead and click that link and follow the instructions. And I do believe that's everything, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, again, thank you for here and enjoying your stay here at Geektopia Island. Goodbye.
Goodbye.